Hi, Apple Fighters and Appletinis. This is Les, aka Sister Slayer, here with the Bitten Apple TV in conjunction with It Came From the Radio, and we are here at the Suffolk County Comic and Art Expo, and I am sitting here with the very amusing Mr. Joe Rubinstein, he's primarily known for being the artist for the Wolverine miniseries, but this man is constantly working. I just want you guys to take a look at the fact that he is sitting here, you know, he's busy too today, sitting here still perfecting your art. Thank you so much for doing this interview with me.
You're welcome.
Now, I want to ask you, I know that everybody knows you for the Wolverine season, but you actually said something before we had this interview about what this miniseries did for the character of Wolverine. Can you kind of just expound on that a little bit? What it did, what it changed him, because everybody knows him as being part of the kind of an outsider of the X-Men, but what did this miniseries do for him?
I think what the miniseries did was it defined him from not being a savage to having a philosophy which caused him to be a better human being and more in line with the superhero philosophy, I suppose. Before that, he was just out of control, but the whole samurai world put him in line. And by the way, besides the Wolverine miniseries, I'm also known for the Infinity Gauntlet, which was the basis for the last Avengers movie. So I got those going at the same time.
Oh, I was going to lead to that. But you did it for me. So we're gonna come get back to that. But you did answer my question about the Wolverine. So now that you've said that, tell us a little bit about that. Everybody has their own opinion about that storyline in particular. How did you think it was perceived? How do you think it was received?
You mean the movie itself? Well, I mean, there's no opinion about it. It made $1 billion, right? So everybody likes it.
You know, there's some people out there that are like such purist fans and stuff like that. I have absolutely enjoyed the movie. I really did. It was, you know, I have to say that it was one of those things that actually broke my heart seeing that. Yeah, but tell me a little bit about, you know.
Look, a lot of my projects over the years have become movies. Like the Wolverine in Japan was mine, of course. But this movie of all of them, watching Thanos particularly beat up on the Avengers, was the closest I've ever had to something recreate my comic book as it was. And I was really quite stunned. I was looking at it going, wow, it's my comic. It really is my comic. And I was thrilled. I think the thing works beautifully, but you have to remember, we did this thing in, what was it, 86 or something? Done onto other things. I went to see the first Avengers movie, and at the end of it, I thought, well, who could possibly bring them all back together again? And I went, yeah, I guess Thanos. And there he was. I went, hey, I'm right. And so he's the spine that holds all the movies together. So I'm very fortunate because, you know, I did the Wolverine miniseries just because it was a job, and it had legs.
Well, I think you can't perfect on perfection. I think they cast it well. It was pretty close to storyline, and you know, with the whole Sony issue and everything like that, people are now creating their own universes, which is kind of hard for people like us who have grown up with these stories, seeing the change in the storylines and stuff, and it's confusing if you're trying to introduce that to younger people. But this was the closest. Actually, what you could put in a 2-hour movie, one of the best films that I've seen that was closest to the comics, and I was very pleased. You know, and what did you think about the acting in it and everything? Do you think they did it well?
They always do it well. I mean, they're a professional company, and it's a bunch of very fine actors. I was in Chicago Con, and when they get the actors, they sit there for hours as these poor fans are shuttled behind them, the assembly line process. And somebody said, you want to do it? And I said, no. And they said, you have to. I went, okay. So, and it's a hard job sitting there for hours and hours smiling, looking at, you know. And so I came in and I said, hey, Chris, I'm the artist on Captain America. And Huddleston actually turned around and went, when you say you're the artist on Captain America, what do you mean? I went, I mean, I was the artist on Captain America and the Avengers and the Guardians of the Galaxy, and then they shuffled me out. So at least I got some human contact.
You know, I can't speak for that. I've been actually not on the receiving end of it, but as a fan going to one of these things. And I am an actor, believe it or not. I understand what it takes every day to come in and smile and everything like that. But, gee, when you meet somebody like this and you just, you know, that's crazy to me. You know, I'm not saying that it was a snub. I understand it was a busy day, but I would have taken pause. I might have been like, I'm not worthy on your feet, that kind of stuff. You know?
You mean them to me or me to them?
No, the other way. Then them to you.
Wow.
Because if you hadn't created it, there would not be them.
Yeah, well,
in this movie.
I mean, I know Starlin and a lot of people who go to the Marvel movie premieres, and it's like, oh, this is the artist of the Avengers. Okay, fine. Where's the hors d'oeuvres? So I mean, it's, you know, okay, we got it. You drew the pictures. Okay, you know, and then we keep walking.
Well, we are huge fans of yours. And I just want to ask you now. You're here at this particular Comic-Con. What brought you here to this particular Comic-Con?
A big shiny bird.
Why did you choose this one?
They asked me. I'm a whore. I'll go anywhere.
Now that I know that, wow.
An opening, what's the old joke? I'll go to the opening of a letter at your place. I mean, it's like, no, I do lots of conventions every year. Just ask me nice and let's work out the details. This is my 4th weekend in a row. I got one next weekend. In December, I'm going to Brazil. This summer, I went to Vienna, Rome, and Paris for comic book conventions. So I spent 25 days in Europe. All this from drawing little pictures. Go figure.
What's the fan base like there in Europe? That's interesting. I've never seen that. What was it like there? Because I know what it is like in America, but what is it like in Europe?
Bunch of foreigners.
You know, but they consume a lot of what we create, and they're even bigger fans when it comes to like R&B music and stuff like that. They're just like, I'm interested.
No, they're great. I mean, they're great like anybody else. This one guy, I said, I want to do a star appearance in Paris. And he said, they don't think anyone will turn out for an inker, which really insulted me. And then I got myself invited to his store, and it was a 5-hour party. I mean, it's like, what did he know?
What did he know? What did he know? I'm glad you didn't listen to him. Well, I guess I'm a little partial about this particular Comic-Con. This is the first one that they're having here in Suffolk County and everything. And we are so grateful that you showed up here. I mean, this has been the best, one of the funniest interviews I've ever done. And
believe me,
You're always like this?
Afraid. No, I'm holding back.
Oh, God.
Drinks and dinner. Maybe not even dinner. We'll talk.
I'm going to hold you to that. All right, so tell me now, where can we reach you? Where can we find you? I know, you know, where can your fans find you, and where can new fans find you on social media?
Like Tom Joad, when you hear a kid laughing, I'll be there. When you hear a cop hitting some kid over the head, I'll be there. I don't know. I'm going to be in Milwaukee, upstate California, where I live in California, and Brazil in December. And then I'm just looking for more venues for next year.
And you're on Facebook and Twitter?
Facebook, Instagram, no Twitter. I just yell out the window for Twitter.
And do you do it in like how many characters? Is it 128 characters?
No, but I put on a bird suit. I wish you wouldn't keep asking me these personal questions. Man, I feel so exposed. Oh, say good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
Okay.
All right. So we know we can find you under your name on Instagram, Facebook, and all that other kind of stuff. We are definitely going to follow up on this interview to find out what else you're working on, and I'm going to hold you to that get you drunk and dinner kind of
things against me. I'm fine with that.
I actually told him some female secrets here. Now I'm going to get some more secrets out of him too. Thank you guys for watching us. Follow this man. He's great. Take care.